Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you guys had a wonderful day today. Alright, and we're just gonna go ahead and continue. Because at this moment I can't recall what happened last. My memory's a little bad, and I did just wake up, so please don't blame me. Oh. I guess hold on. Keep one. Hey, look. We got 5 dice now. Nice. Now, we should be able to do more. Let's see. Still don't have that sigil or whatever. They all required 2? I mean, I got 2 ones. Can I put that together instead? Yeah. Hold on. Do I have money? I do. So I can go out and buy food still. Okay. Let's see if this one requires money. Yes. Okay. I think I'll just go ahead and save those 2 high numbered dice. Oh yeah, we're gonna go how about Dragos. Because I feel like we're almost there. There we go. We're gonna pass this. No issues. Alright, looks like we're done there. Oh, I guess we're done all around. Never mind. The final pieces of the winter light sit in neat piles waiting for the collection shuttle from Havenage. Dragos managed to sell the remaining pieces to the shipyards, a fact that's hard to forget as he has been telling you about it for the past 2 cycles, and all that remains is for Havenage to come collect. You look around at the yard, transformed from when you first arrived. The mostly repaired drones flit back and forth, no longer buzzing unevenly or lost in dark corners. And the scrap is sectioning, sorted, the system that you and Dragos have put into place over the past cycles paying off. As you look, you notice the glow of pale light from the office by the entrance, that rundown cab of a building which houses all the records and spare equipment. Dragos must be inside, and you get to your feet and walk over to find out when the shipyard collection crew will be here. Knock. Sleeper, come in. You swing open the door and walk in. Dragos is sitting at the small metal desk. The shipyards told me that they'd been here soon. Then they hand over the chits and we are set. He writes something with a stylus on his slate, then shuts it off. Of course, we should talk about a bonus. He stands and turns to face you, his face placid. Look, I don't know when the next job is coming in, but this should tide you over for now. He opens his hands to reveal a stack of chits. What's going on here? I said, it's a bonus. Take it. Dragos presses the chits into your hand. I've done well by you, and you've returned a favor. He straightens up and clears his throat, and you realize he had prepared what he was about to say. These chits are for you to take and do what you will with them. They are from me, and they are the last I'm going to give you. He pauses. There's no more work for a sleeper in this yard. He folded his arms. I'm sorry, but that's it. You stay in the container as long as you need, but the yard is done with you. He turns away to his terminal. I need the work. There's plenty of work to be had on the ice. I will just need offloads in the rotunda. There's the shipyards, the midline. I'm not the only show in town. The glassy apertures on Drago's headset betrayed no emotion. You need to stay away, Sleeper. He pauses, considering his words. Trouble's going to follow you here. Trust me. What do you know? Drago kicks at the floor, frustrated with himself. I'll not be saying any more, Sleeper. Drago suddenly grabs you by the shoulder and drags you out of the office into the yard. He turns you to face a stack of pieces from the winter light, dissected, cut down, totally unrecognizable as a ship. You came through that, Sleeper. That should have been you chopped and stacked. His hand trembles on your shoulder. That is what happens here. We cut down broken machines and move them on. Well, I didn't cut you down, but I'm sure as hell moving you on. Moving you on before whoever killed that ship out there comes to kill me. Kill you? Kill both of us, he shakes his head. These ships, they didn't get decommissioned. They didn't break down in dry dock. You think they look like that if they did? Someone ended them. That means someone tried to end you, Sleeper, and I'm done waiting for them to turn up. We've had our fun. Now it's time. He gives you a little shove. Go on. He turns and walks back to the office. That's it, he shouts, and goes inside. The silence hangs in the air, and you leave with your pockets filled with clinking chips and a strangely hollow feeling in your chest. Well, drive failed? What do you mean? And what do you mean, Dragos? Oh, well, I mean, I get it. Apparently, we're a very, very important product that no one can have or let loose. Still, I kind of like Dragos, you know. He's trying to act all tough there, but obviously he cared for us, and you know, even if he didn't know us that well. Well, I guess at least there's other work around here, as he said. We'll do that. Okay, well, let's get some grub. Okay, cool. We got a little 100. Yum. Alright, let's see what the dock is. I think we're okay for now. I'm not sure we need stabilizers every single cycle. Well, I think that's it. Well, we'll see if it lets us end the cycle. Doesn't look like we have much time left. Let's see, we got like 4 more cycles from the looks of it before whatever happens. Okay, I still don't have that one either. Still don't have that one either. I better remember these. Okay. I think we'll just spend the entire day doing this. Encrypting. Or whatever it is that they call it. Mm-hmm. Let's go to the other end of the ship. I mean, of the ring. The eye. Sorry guys, like I said, my memory's pretty terrible. And I don't know, lately I feel like my attention span's been going down. Probably all the gaming I've been doing, you know. That you know how everyone always blames video games for rotting your brain. or TV. In my case, they might be right. I don't know. But all I know is that, yeah, my memory isn't the best. But hey, I'm doing at least what I enjoy, right? I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Oh man, I haven't even been I haven't been extracting nothing. Shoot. Oh no, I did. Okay, never mind. Okay. I don't have any points to upgrade. Well, I guess we should finish this one up. We're almost there, from the looks of it. Nope. Nothing. Okay. Nope. I'm in here to scrap. Okay. Darn. Well, one more should do it, maybe? Yay! Got some energy back. And that's all she wrote, folks. I still don't. I wonder what's gonna happen next. Yeah, I really am enjoying the music here. I don't know about y'all, but in a way it kind of reminds me like Toonami, especially the what's going on here, the way the area looks, the design. It reminds me of Tom's ship, for anyone that's actually remember seeing Toonami. Those were good times. Staying up late, watching anime. Sometimes I wish I could go back in time, relive those moments. But not just because of the anime, but because I could hang out with my friends. I could walk towards the houses, and it'd be like 10-minute walks. And sometimes we'd meet in the middle between the gas stations, depending on which direction we went. But yeah. I'm reminiscing now. I feel like an old man. Oh boy. Was that left from last time? Yeah. Huh. I may be wrong, but it looks like I can just leave some of the dice hanging in there. That's very interesting. Okay, I know there's some too. Oh. Okay, so. Okay, here we go. Oh, okay. A glimmer in the dark catches your eye as the orb of Hunter's head appears in the distance. It's looking for you. Hide. You slip down into the ghostly structures of the eye, a feeling like passing through a cloud as their data structures deform and reform around you. Another glimmer catches your eye. Closer now, that roving orb, wraith and tentacles. It flickers, jumps once, twice, and then it is here. Hunter is here. Entity, submit to your inquiry. Hunter reaches for you in the unpleasantly familiar way. Its waving threads create a cage. Struggle. You push against the threads as they close in, becoming frenzied as you push them aside. You are caught by whipping tendrils and feel them pulling you away from the anchor of your body. You push through, clearing the threads. Entity, hold for processing. Comes the scream from behind, but you are already gliding away, back to your anchor, your body. You awake, dizzy, distorted, but safe. Whew. Maybe I should have just made a run for it. Alright. One more should do, right? Oh, that's an interesting one. It looks like a blade. Okay. This is the last one we have. Do I have the sigil for this now? No. Nuggets. Okay. So what do I need? I think there's like one left. We need a 3 die. A 1. Another one. Another one. Okay. Can't do nothing about it now. Ah, nuggets. Got 3 cycles left. And whatever happens, happens. Okay. Okay. Got to buy food. Uh-oh. Okay, I know there's one that needs a 3. That's another 2. Did they change? We should eat first before we do anything else. Order a fungus, please. Alright. Fungus fan. Wonder what that open up. I guess I should see what Fang's going. Deliver data. Start action. Yep. Alright. Do I have another one? Yes, I do. Awesome. Nice. Cool. Alright. Let's see. No, we're not ending just yet. As you enter the bay, Fang is nowhere to be seen. The banks of servers and machines blink out of the dark and staccato rhythms, unseeing eyes of the station's digital ghosts. Shitheads! Fang's voice echoes from behind a stack, followed by the hammer of a fist on a metal casing. These sneaky little shitheads! Who's sneaky? Sleeper! Fang's smiling head pops out from behind a stack. Just the emulated consciousness I have been eager to see. Come back here. You pick your way between the thrumming stacks, trying not to trip on the loose bundles of cables that blanket a dark floor. Again, a mouthful. Fang is sat in front of a set of monitors mounted to a stack. Tell me, Sleeper, what do you see here? Fang waves at the monitor to his side, glowing with pale lists of information. You lean in closer, looking for the links in the data. The tables seem to be filled with personal information: names, genders, dates, ID numbers, all the markers of institutional records. Names? Okay, yes, but what kind of names? Havenage? Ha, not quite, he taps at the terminal. I pulled these from the old data you brought in. All employees of the Eye's original owners. Solemn. But he leans past you and scrolls the list down. This one. This is a snaky shithead. He stabs at the screen with a finger. The name reads Hardin Hurst. Friend of yours? Fang gives you a sideways look. Funny you should say that, Sleeper. He drags a stool out beside him and motions for you to sit. There just so happens to be a Hardin Hurst in Havenage. He waits for your reaction. In Havenage? That's it. He's right here on the station now. Fang leans back in his chair. Just think about it. Decades ago, Hardin worked on the station as a... Fang leans across to look at the monitor. Senior Strategic Operations Executive. Fang raises eyebrow at you. Our Hardin was keeping the money coming in for Selim. He defined priority growth initiatives by making sure the extractors they contracted out there to were hooked into a system that outsourced all the risk and kept the profit. Good old Hardin shuttled thousands of Palladium Rush workers into an infrastructure which meant that their cut of the work they did went straight back into Solemn. How do you know this? I grew up here, Sleeper. This is my history. I am a child of the collapse. Fang turns back to his screen, staring hard at the strings of code flickering by. Before I was born, my parents were Solemn contractors. They ate at Solemn canteens, worked on Solemn ships. They breathed Solemn air and slept in Solemn beds. You know, I just realized he looks like the guy from the Matrix. In the first Matrix movie, where I can't remember his name, but you know the one I'm talking about. Fang's voice rises as he speaks, his hands fist on the terminal edge. And the work that paid for that existence, the cycles of hard extraction out of the belt, Solemn took their cut. This was a company town, so to speak, and my parents were just another in the long line of freelance contractors willing to risk their lives for a shot at anything other than poverty, disposable. This guy, stabbing at Hardin once again with his fingers, strategized all that, did the sums, and then somehow, thousands and thousands of cycles later, is still going, still here, crawling in the walls like some shithead snake. He survived the revolution. But how? These guys, they were big time. There's a lot money can get you if you are a company man. Fang relaxes a little. But how is Hardin still kicking? I really don't know. He turns to you and smiles. So we are going to find out. Harding is now a big shot in the shipyards, just a few degrees back around the eye from here. Fang brings up a map of the lower eye. Havenage might be born out of Erlin's revolutionary zeal, but a flat hierarchy it is not. Hardin happened to float to the top. Fang zooms in on the far yards. Okay, hold on. A little break. Oh, God. Fang grimaces. The thing is, I don't have access to those systems. The shipyard crew is pretty paranoid, and they don't like anyone from the systems digging around in their stuff. Plus, we need more than just the name of a solemn executive. We need proof. Fang holds up a thumbnail-sized drive. That's where this little creation of mine comes in. I call it a ripper worm. He turns the drive between his fingers. It'll rip through any digital storage and spin out a silken thread of filtered data. This one is set on the scent of Hardin Hurst. He hands it over. Getting into the compound might be tricky, Fang puts a hand on your shoulder. But you, however, have a particular knack for remote access. Fang grins. If you can extract yourself a Havenage cipher from a Havenage agent, they sometimes carry them around their data caches. You can crack open the compound's network and slot the worm in through any open port. You never even need to go near the shipyards. So what do you say? You up for it? Yes. I knew it. I knew you'd be happy to catch this snake. And don't worry, once we nail this guy, I'll start work on the trackers of yours. I haven't forgotten, Fang scratches at his chin. Anything the worm gets, it'll send back here. There's something wrong here, and I am to get to the rotten core of it. You leave Fang digging through data among the wires and machines of the old station. As you walk out, you try to imagine the Eye as it once was, a vast machine running smooth and strong, directed by people like Hardin. A vast, solemn-built machine into which thousands poured from the surrogate systems looking for a new life. The hope of a better future engineered to line someone else's pockets. It's an idea you are intimately familiar with. You think of Hardin, still alive, still part of this place, and wonder if the past is ever truly past. And who knows, maybe he's like one of us, you know. Sounds like this guy has money, and if he's got money, I'm, you know, and if he, you know, even if he's afraid of death, then he's probably like one, like me, a sleeper. But I guess we'll find out. We got 2 more cycles left. Or 1, I don't know. Alright, let's see. Yeah, let's steal some dog plants. Nice. Looks like we opened up new areas. Huh. Probably should have done that a little earlier. Stranded mercenary. How do you... Ankita? Is that how you pronounce her name? Ankita? Hey you! Want to earn a chit? Ankita stands beside a huge pile of tied together whole plates. She stretches out her back, her shoulders bulging beneath her flight suit. Make it 2. And Kita laughs. This goddamn station, she sighs and pinches the bridge of her nose. Alright, come here then. You cross the dock and concourse as she begins to split the plating into 2 bundles. What is this place? She asks as she angrily lashes the massive plates together. Everyone wants a cut. She straightens up to an imposing height, her armor plates creaking, and looks you up and down. Or is it just that you all think I'm an easy mark? You look the part. And Kita laughs again. This, you mean? She taps her armor. You've got me pegged then. A big dumb merc with more chits than sense, is that it? I wouldn't recommend you do. And Kita hoists one bundle of plating onto her shoulder. Come on then, enough chat. You've got to earn those chits. You struggle to shoulder the plates, but you do eventually. And Kita gives you a look. Shifts this way, and she sets off down a gantry at impressive speed. As you catch up to her, she turns down a passage, pushing through a small crowd of stevedores. Stevedores? Stevedores? Stevedores. I don't know. Stevedores. Which, I guess, that's pronounced. Why are you doing this to yourself? You mean, why aren't I hiring those good folk? She nods back at the stevedores. I've paid Havenage enough. They are currently rinsing me for a mooring. I can't vacate unless either fix the ambergris or sell it off as scrap. Ambergris? Is that your ship? You catch on fast, she gives you another of her looks. She rapidly turns into the corner as you trail behind. She got cut up pretty bad on our last job and I had to moor up here for a spell. But since then it's only gotten worse. Someone got in and sliced the core from our ship mine, so now she's gone dark. She shifts the panels on her shoulder. The upshot is that I'm short 1 ship mind, with a ton of repairs to do, and the rest of the crew signed off the moment they got wind of I've been stranded. So yeah, it's been a time. Sorry to hear it. Yeah, I've seen worse, but I'm bleeding chits every cycle here, so I need to get off and fast. And Kita swings the plates from her back, almost knocking you over in the process. This is me, she hauls the second bundle off your shoulder. You're the first person I've met here who might actually be considered helpful. She pauses, chewing her bottom lip. Look, you want to help? Come see me. I need a hand putting Amber back together, and you don't seem like the type to try anything stupid. She passes the bundles of plates through the ambergris outer lock and then turns back. Just don't go spreading all this around. And Kia throws you a couple chits. She gives you a parting nod and ducks through the doorway. Alright, get out of here, she calls back, and the lock slams shut. Alrighty. I think we should go and help her out. I feel like she might be our way out if something were to happen in these next couple cycles. Oh, I hope. Okay. I'm not sure we'll be able to fix it in time. But here goes nothing. Okay, ship shape. Last one. Whew. So far nothing negative has happened, so I think we're okay. Alright, let's check out these other places. Sealed dock. Do I have? Oh, I do. Nice. Neo vent. As you slip inside the sealed dock, a pulsing light grabs your attention. Among the discarded tubing and resin plates, the machine flickers with a warm glow. Look around. You don't know when this place was sealed, but from the state of the outer doors high above, it must have been decades ago. In this dark, cavernous space, debris sits in every corner, along with the traces of rough sleepers. Although none of it seems recent, looking past this layer of decay, you see the now faded message, symbols and logos of the eyes of real corporate owners, still glinting in the shadows. Among all this, the warm glow of the machine seems to be the only sign of life. They really put a lot of graffiti on this thing, you know? And a lot of stickers. I like it. I don't know why. It's a little bulky. Seems a little too much, but I kind of like it. As you get closer, you recognize the machine's blocky shape, settled into a clove in the side of the dock. A kind of upright cabinet. It is covered in faded logos and messages, from which you assume it was once an industrial vendor, intended to dispense and manufacture ship fittings and other mechanical parts necessary for the regular running of freight and resource extraction vessels. The manufacturer is listed as Neovent, and you remember in an advert from long ago, squeezed among all the off-world recruitment drives that assaulted every planet-born citizen, which chirpily sang that name over and over. You wipe a layer of dust from the cracked screen, thinking of those contractors squeezed by their own corporate employers to pay for every bit of minor maintenance on their rented ships. Well, that's kinda... yeah. Looks like corporates are getting a little too full of themselves, making us pay for their repairs. Though I guess technically it's our ship. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just gonna continue. Enter your registration, chirps the pre-recorded message catching you off guard. Press some keys. You search for the keypad and something begins whirring. At first it sounds like server monitors starting up, but it quickly becomes a whisper, a whining, then a multi-tonal voice that emanates from Neovent. Entity, they hiss, speak with me. Who's there? There's a squeal, almost like some strange mechanical swallowing or intake of breath. Before the machine speaks again, I have need of you, you have need of me. That squeal comes again, and you see that it is the 3D printer apparatus in the upper part of the machine resetting into place, so that each time the servos can be orchestrated to produce that whirring, whining voice. You are in danger. Danger? The machine creaks. You are marked for deletion, entity. Hunter tracks you. The screech rattles through the empty dock. You remember the strange head, the figure, the threads closing in. Hunter? The Hunter protocol that takes your signature. Well, why do they have to say it like that? Can't they just say they sense you in their system or something? Why do they have to use the word taste? I doubt they have any taste buds. And if they do, I don't know if I taste good. Maybe we'll get an explanation why they use taste and not sense. The Hunter protocol that takes your signature. The sudden whine gets your teeth on edge. You have seen them. This is the gift of an emulated mind. You close your eyes and the skeleton of the station starts to thrum. Emulated minds are adaptable, move where neurons cannot. The mechanism resets, but emulation makes you a target. Adaptable? Yes, you can move through networks, clouds, hardware, software. Neovin whines. But you cannot hide there. Hunter is there. The servers judder the vending machine's casing as they reset. Hunter searches for me also. Hide in this machine. You look at the ruined vending machine, an unusual hiding place for sure. Can counter Hunter, but need entity outside machine. That I figured need you. A screen attached to the vending machine with a swiveling arm comes to life. It displays a flickering map of the station, ghostly threaded. The cloud points along the grim glow and deep red. Hunter is always gathering. Too much data. Must build nests, explains Neovin. Masters are gone, but continues hunt. Bring this data. Raid its wet nest. Why can't you? Hunter will find me. Then killer will come. The machine trembles with effort. I cannot leave the machine. Connections must remain closed. Bring offerings. Save self, Neovin says pointedly. Mutual need means friends. They conclude, tired of the conversation. The whirring amplifies and then suddenly drops as mechanisms within the machine click back into place. The glow fades, and you are left stood in the dark of the sealed dock, that whirring voice ringing in your ears. Okay then. Looks like there's a way to fight back the Hunter. That's nice to know. Alright, let's see. Get a drink. You're unsure if your frame can metabolize alcohol, but this fungal drinks ferment along the greenway seems like a good rest. Looks like I can probably unlock more. Take some expired solemn rations behind the bar for those weird spaces to ask why the overlook doesn't serve food. How much will I get back? Oh. Okay. I guess it wouldn't hurt to get a drink, right? Shatters on the steel bars beside you, and the taunts don't take long to follow. Hey, Han, the spacer calls across the low room. What are you doing here? He laughs at his own lame joke. Playing human? Shout back. Leave. Ignore him. You hunch a little further, staring at the hundreds of tiny impact points that scar the bar. A half falls on your shoulder, but as you flinch away, it passes reassuringly. You freeze in place. Tala. Out! The voice comes from behind you, spat out like a shot. You turn to see bright eyes, dark hair, a stare that can reach the wall and vent you all into hard vacuum. As you turn back to the spacer, the second glass comes sailing through the air. Catch. You reach up a hand and the glass shatters across your forearm, showing you in fragments. Through the haze of glass and Gyral vapor, you see Tyler leap the bar and close the distance to the spacer. The thud as he slams into the wall echoes around the bar like thunder. Now flanked by other figures quick to their feet, Tyler throws the spacer out through the door and stands silhouetted against the rotunda lights. You touch your arm and it feels wet. Someone helps you to your feet and back onto your stool. Broken glass rattles as it cleared, and a fresh measure of Garol is glugged out in front of you. That same hand, warm, heavy, falls on your shoulder once more. He isn't coming back. We don't tolerate that kind of shit here. Tala flops onto the stool beside you. Let's get a look at you. Tala wipes that powdered glass from around the wound, and someone places a bottle of alcohol in a metal tin with tweezers on the bar. She disinfects them and turns to you. That was an ambitious catch, she smiles, pulling a silver of glass from your forearm. Stupid, but ambitious. You don't feel the pain, only the string of status messages your body delivers concerning dermal damage and exposed structures. You do feel the care, though, as Tala's bright eyes search your thick synthetic skin for splinters. Watch her, look away. Watch her, or look away. Look away. As Tala works, you glance around the overlook. The dim orange lights built into each table giving the scattered patrons a conspiratorial mood. You recognize a few from previous meetings, but they seem to have forgotten the recent confrontation as quickly as it arrived. Each seems in their own bubble, whiling away the hours in this repurposed dock with its meager distractions. It's not as bad as it looks, says Tala, without making it clear if she means the bar or your wounds. Tala smiles to herself. So, you've been in the eye long? Long enough. She laughs. Hey, you don't need to act tough with me. A splinter clinks into the tin. Not everyone's like that, idiot. We don't hate you. She glances all around. Some of the regulars, maybe they fear you. Maybe they're just curious. I don't know. But I do know that Overlook is a safe place. I know what it's like to be new in this place. Trust me. She means your eye. I'm not trying to convince you of anything or separate you from your chiz. I just want you to know that if you need somewhere, you can always come back here. I know the rations. We've got aren't much, and the company is, she leans in, limited. But if you need work, I'll happily put you behind the bar, and if you need shelter, well, we can discuss that. You'll be safe. I usually have Francis on the door, but he's up in the Greenway this cycle, haggling with our supplier. Francis tends to be particular about what we serve, even if the clientele isn't. She places her tweezers in the tin with a clink. That's you, Sleeper. Here. She slides the glass of Garol to you. This'll help. She stops her hand still in the glass. Wait, does this help? I mean, can you get drunk? Let's find out. She laughs. Just don't sit here too long. I hate to see you become a real regular. She walks back around the bar, gathering the glasses as she does, and before long is retelling how she threw that spacer out to a new group that just wandered in, complete with dramatic actions. I like her. She seems fun. She gestures in your direction and you instinctively look away, back to the worn surface of the bar. Aw, I'll be embarrassed. Do we like her? I mean, I know I do, but the Sleeper like her. You take a sip of the Garol. The earthy fungal tones fill your senses, almost blocking out sight and sound, like diving headfirst into a bog. You may not be able to get drunk, but this connection to something grown, something fermented, something old, feels good. Alrighty. Well, I don't think there's... Sleeper, Memphis calls out to you, a booming voice that echoes through the corridor. Tell me a story. He throws a handful of chopped mushrooms into his wok, the fire leaping up to meet the oil. I see you. Cycle in, cycle out, but we never speak. Tell me a story. What kind? Any kind. He pauses to drizzle something from a plastic bottle in the wok. But one of yours. He looks up at you. Nothing stolen. You pause. The spice is rich in your nostrils and think about the kind of story you like to tell Emphis. You look at Emphis, this listener, and imagine he has heard it all before. Perhaps you would enjoy strange stories, something with some spice. Tell him about your dreams. All the sleepers, you tell Emphis, had dreams. Some were simple, memories left over from the emulation process that had become tangled up in their minds and would come out when they slept. It wasn't rare to hear a sleeper in a dorm scream out or cry out in the night. But your dreams, those gray, skeletal after-images of systems and structures, of threads and patterns weren't like the others. They weren't memories or nightmares, they were reflections of reality. Distorted, yes, but somehow true. You learned back then to keep quiet about them, to let them flow through your mind like water. That was until now, until you arrived at this place. Now your dreams colonize your waking life. They slip behind your eyelids with every blink, and now you understand they aren't dreams at all, but some process of interfacing, of speaking, of living in another world that flows through this one like smoke through air. You tell him that you do not know if there is a reason for your dreams. Perhaps you reason it is just some side effect or a particular quality of the frame you inhabit. But whatever it is a gift, and you hope to make use of it. Memphis finishes cooking and squints a little at you. Sleeper, he smiles. You're quite the storyteller. He eyes you and you realize that he is trying to gauge how honest you have been in your story. Memphis passes you the meal that he has cooked and you take it gratefully. As you eat, he talks. A natural exchange. Thank you, Sleeper. He looks around at the empty market. But my time is done for today and I do not want to keep you longer, so I'll make a proposal. He gestures to the plastic boxes and ingredient sack behind the stall. These are good enough for most, but someone told me a story that made me think. A couple of cycles ago, they said across the gap in the greenway, fresh mushrooms grow. Have you heard this? No. Neither had I, but I trust the one who told me. Infus begins packing up his things. Can you bring me some? I cannot cross the gap, and I worry about leaving my things behind. He smiles. I am sure a storyteller like you could handle the trip. I will prepare them for you, if you wish to tell it. Be the audience for another story. Should we agree? Agreed. Good, booms Infus. Then I will wait for you to bring them. Infus sighs his walk away and straightens up. I will prepare a recipe then, Sleeper. Good luck with your foraging. You turn away and walk back into the main market. The rich taste of Infus' food still lingering in your mouth. Stories for food. You think a trade that seems more than fair. Yeah, if only it could be that easy. I spent a lot of money on DoorDash. If I could tell a story and get food in the process, I'll gladly do it. But, unfortunately... Oh. Haggle over prices, skill upgrade required. Okay, well then. Nice. Nuggets, I ain't got nothing. Oh, Jesus. Should I just go ahead and buy one? I think we're okay to spend 60, right? Yeah, let's go ahead and just buy some fragments. Probably, I'm pretty sure Inkita needs it. The ambergris. Well, can't do anything about it right now. We'll see. Okay. Alright. We got one more cycle after this. What? I only got 2 now. I mean 3. I can count now. Well, that's a bummer. Still don't have that. Come on. Give me what I need. Yes! I got it! Oh man, that took long. The gate flips, you're in. Nice. I have that. Thank you. Hunter nest. If I only had another one. Darn. Okay, well. Where's that vending machine? Here. Oh wait, no. Not him. I need to speak with Fang. Shoot, okay, so I gotta go through 3 cycles. I don't know what's gonna happen next. There's a... There's just... I don't think there's enough time. Hopefully nothing too terrible happens. Something that we can probably get out of. 'Cause, I don't know. Who knows? Alright, let's see. I want to do this one. Nice. Okay. Nope. Go back. Go back in. Go back in. Oh, you know what? Let's see if we can get that fungus. Some fresh, good fungus. Which I doubt is going to be here. I think we're okay for money at the moment. Okay, let's get some food. All right, and I guess that's it. Okay. Again, I hope nothing too terrible happens. Man, why? Ethan. Hold it there, Sleeper, comes a voice from behind you. Don't you run. A strike across your back knocks you face down onto the floor. I told you not to run, idiot. Ethan pulls you up. He is wearing a wide smirk and a slick jacket, and you immediately know he is terrible news. You got all the way out here and then stayed put? He laughs a cruel laugh. That a Sleeper thing? You're my first. You barely hear him. You've noticed the handgun he has leveled at your chest, and it's hard to take your eyes off it. He reaches down with his other hand and slips some kind of ring out from a belt loop without taking his eyes off you. Making it to the eye, though, that's pretty good. This place isn't so bad. Bars, markets, people. I put most of my contractors out of an asteroid caves or off of godforsaken moons. He splits the ring into two perfect circles. It's hard to hit civilization when there's so much space to pass through. Who are you? Just a freelancer on a contract. He reaches over to slide the rings around your wrist. Go easy. Make a break for it. You see a chance the moment his eyes leave you to watch the rings. You spin, knocking him away and sprinting down the corridor. Then the chute rings out, echoing off the metal so loud it hurts your ear. The bullet hole smokes in the wall beside your head. Oh man. You freeze and Ethan closes the gap. This is a very boring routine, trust me, I've seen it all before. He slips the rings over your trembling wrist. Ethan nudges you to start walking to the ship and home. He whistles, going easy. You stumble down the corridor, your hands behind you, your mind racing. Who hired you? Your daddy's at S&ARP. They want you home for dinner. Ethan yawns and continues to nudge you down the corridor. Shame to come all the way out here just to head back to S&ARP right away. That tracker of yours makes this too quick. Was hoping you put up a bit more of a chase, you know. A running battle through the bright market maybe, or a holdout in the low end. There's a few establishments I would have enjoyed checking out while I asked around. You walk in silence for a little longer, desperately trying to think of a way to escape. That S&ARP tracker will be the death of you. Hey, I have an idea. Ethan interrupts your thoughts. How about on the way back to the ship we stop for a drink? I'm buying, he laughs at his joke. I have a better idea. This better be not one of those where you do a dramatic pause and then try to jump me, because I'm pretty tired of that. Although, muses Ethan, I've got myself thinking, what's the rush here? Here we are in one of the most lawless joints in the surrogate systems, and we are heading for the exit. He pauses and you trudge on in silence. Okay, here's the idea, starts Ethan. You and me, we make a little agreement. Here are the terms. He turns to face him. You run or leave or try to abandon the eye, I shoot you. You plot or scheme, you try to kill me, I shoot you. But, he smiles, you come meet me at an establishment of my choice every few cycles and you pay my tab, I don't shoot you, he pauses. You don't pay my tab, he rattles his handgun. You get the idea. You're letting me go? Not at all. Let's call it open custody. You are free to mooch around the eye as long as you keep paying. He stretches. You know, I really thought I was going to have to kill you, but this is so much better. He clicks something at his belt and the rings release from his wrist. I'm going to see if I can find my old stool at Compressor Club. Come see me there. He aims the handgun at you, squinting down at the sight. Let me just remind you, that bot of yours is one big tracker, so don't even think about leaving the eye. I'll know. Ethan turns and strides off down the corridor, slipping his handgun away. The mix of relief and terror you feel is overwhelming. What are you going to do? Well, great. Now, this kind of feels like enslavement now. I gotta pay for his food and drinks. I mean, all in all, it doesn't seem to be too bad. As long as I keep working, you know, putting my nose on the grind. Huh. Maybe Tala might be able to help me out. I feel like Tala's gonna be, you know, important in this part of the storyline. But, alright folks, that's where we're gonna leave it for now. Try to answer those questions in your head if you can, or, you know, put them down in the comments below. Let me know what you think will happen. But until next time, you guys have a good night, and I hope you guys are safe. Alright? Bye.